Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be doing some more requested reaction videos, and this video was requested by the Mighty Emerald. Whew, oh boy, so it's going to be more Scott the Woz, of course. I believe we watched two of his videos now. One of his previous videos we recently just watched was the art of box art, I believe. And this video is going to be game stores. Oh boy, I wonder what this is going to be about. I'm sure he's going to be ranting and raving about how horrible game stores are these days. Or maybe they're fading out of history, Not everyone goes to game stores anymore. Everyone's going into the digital age. But who knows? Yeah, let's see what Scott the Woz has to say about game stores. Let's go.
Hey all, Scott here. Oh, to buy video games right now, I have to leave my room.
Yeah.
Now I could always buy video games
Don't
online
venture
on
outside
Amazon
your
or
bedroom,
just straight
so to
digitally,
speak.
but come on. I need video games now, not in 1 to 2 days considering shipping and handling.
Yeah.
And I love plastic shells. Who wants to do this? So that means driving 10 minutes to a brick and mortar store to buy physical games equals... Fine, I'll go to GameStop. The video game store used to be a magical place as a kid. It was always something I looked forward to. I didn't even have to walk out with a new game or anything. Just browsing the games available and being surrounded by them was a treat. And when you did buy a new game, oh man, you pop that bad boy open on the road home to get a taste of what's in store. What does the disc look like? Reading through the manual, waft the wonderful smell of a freshly opened game.
Yep, that's
Sometimes
what I
that
did,
experience
smelling the
was
open
more
box.
memorable than the actual game you bought. Before a trip to GameStop, I would rummage through the games I had and said, okay, I don't need this, this, or this. Bring them all there, get some sweet, sweet trading credit, and pick up some new games. Of course, now I hate this fucking punk for selling his Game Boy Player for a copy of Just Dance 3, but back then, without a job, trading in games was just the way of life. Game stores were the place back then for me, but now what the hell happened here? I really wish video game stores could be more of a place to just kind of hang out and browse games, maybe even play them, but instead, whenever I go, I'm bombarded by my favorite question in all of retail. What brings you in today? I always follow that up with a just looking around, browse the games until I realize the pop figures take up more space than the Wii U section, and then leave empty-handed. Well, maybe I can learn to love video game stores again by working at one. My interview is, right now. Hi, Chet Shaft, Game on a Shelf Manager. Hi, Scott Wozniak, Games on a Shelf Employee to Be.
So, what makes you want to work at Games on a Shelf?
Well, I love plastic, and discs are great too.
You know, we're really looking for somebody who's into all different types of games. Are you that kind of guy?
I don't give a piss. Didn't do much.
Commander Goga Rivals. What a huge
It
disappointment.
doesn't appeal to my taste. Doesn't really appeal to me. Not super into mobile games. Way that makes me not care at all. I'm not an RPG guy, and I'm not a Xenoblade guy. So I'm not really into it at all. I like the Wii. Personally, in terms of going to actual stores for video games, I prefer Best Buy. It's nice and big. You walk in there and browse the games without getting harassed by employees about joining a membership or pre-ordering games or whatever. At the very most, one will ask if you need help with anything or just say hi, and that's about it. However, they did have a sweet membership. Gamers Club Unlocked gave you 20% off all new games. Not new as in recently released, new as in basically any game on the shelf. It was only $30 for 2 years. That right there basically made Best Buy the only place I'd consider picking up games at. They don't offer the program anymore because holy shit, how could they sustain a deal like that? To be fair, the 20% off games got me to buy a lot of non-video game stuff there, but I mean 20% is still a lot off of products Best Buy already doesn't see a ton of profit from. Even without the membership, I just like Best Buy because I can pick up the game, bring it to the counter, bada bing, bada boom, I'm out of there. Places like Walmart and Target, oh god, those have got to be the bottom of the barrel in terms of my preferred game stores. Who the hell wants to wrangle up an employee and beg them to unchain Detective Pikachu for you? All the games are behind this glass door and you have to get an employee to unlock it for you, and it feels like whenever I actually want something, there's never anyone around to unlock it. You just kind of have to pace around until you see somebody. But of course, why go to those places when you can go to, GameStop is the definitive place to buy games for many people. It's simple. It's a game store. You go there to buy video games. I notice it's really popular with families. A mom will usually bring their kid there to pick out a game or to ask questions about something. But wow, GameStop can be annoying. I'm not trying to boycott them or say anybody who works there is a chump. No.
I generally went to game
specific to video games, and I know for a fact most employees are perfectly fine people just trying to do a good job. And they're forced by their bosses to do all this annoying stuff, such as trying to cram a membership down your throat. They really like to push the Power Up Rewards program. It's just a standard membership. It's really not the craziest in the world. You get slight discounts on used games, some little benefits here and there, but that's about it.
You get like
It comes
a
with subscription
penny
to
every
Game
time you
Informer
spend $1
magazine,
or
and they
something
always
like
ask
that.
if
It's
I want the
ridiculous.
digital or print version of Game Informer, and I'm like, I
bullshit.
don't want Game Informer, I want the 70 cents off Darksiders 2!
You gotta be ruthless out there. You can't dance around and getting a membership card. Remember, you're not out there to make a friend. You're out there to make a sale. No manners, no subtlety.
Join our membership, fuckhead! At least you get fun prizes for all the points you accumulate on the membership, which you can claim on this website. Oh my god, this place is barren. Anybody else remember going on the Power Up Rewards site and seeing all the different prizes you could redeem? It was always stuff like a Call of Duty beanie or whatever, but now it's just gift cards. I mean, it's whatever. When I used the site more often, the only rewards I picked were the gift cards, even when they had other trinkets available.
It's
so
the
I don't
digital
really care.
ways, so,
Now, one thing
yeah.
GameStop has over all other major retailers who sell games are the used games and trade-ins. Others have tried. I can't even finish that. They all failed. Like Walmart sells used video games. What? GameStop is universally known for selling used games at a cheaper price
is
than new.
this,
Sometimes.
Duke Nukem
GameStop's
Forever?
used game selection is always a mixed bag.
That was a
for
good
me.
game. A lot of
First off,
people
I'm not
hated
super
it.
big into the fact most of the DS games get their cases thrown away. I get it.
Damn.
The cases take up valuable space, but I don't know about anybody else. But if a game comes in a plastic DVD-like case, I need the case for it. I ain't buying it
Yeah.
loose. This bugs me about a lot of used game stores in general, GameStop included, of course. But it feels like they never put any effort into cleaning games. Many of the cases for GameStop's used games are just gross. How did it get this way?
Ew.
So they didn't have a standard PS4 case for this game, but for some reason they had the original game cover art, and on top of that, the battle scars this thing has taken is just too much to stomach.
Sold
Most
as
of the
is,
time, if
probably
they don't have the
policy.
original box and cover art, GameStop just prints their own and uses a generic case. I mean, it's better than nothing. At least the GameStop
Yeah.
cover art for Mario Tennis Ultra Smash is better than the actual game. Is there legitimately anybody out there who will buy the game with the GameStop cover when a copy with the original cover is available? I'm just curious. It's obvious
I'd
GameStop
buy the
likes to
original
push
cover.
used games.
Oh.
With new games, they don't make much of a
Not the
profit off
printed
of them.
version.
Used games, non-stop profit. They buy a game off of you for like 20 bucks and sell it for 55. It's genius. The trading credit has always been a big problem for many. Like, here's how much a used copy of Spider-Man costs, and here's how much you'd get for trading it in. I mean, that bites, especially if you
Brutal.
don't have a ton of money to spend on games. A lot of people definitely complain about trading credit, but I will say a lot of people complain for all the wrong reasons. I think too many people assume that they should get a ton of money for their garbage game nobody cares about anymore. Think about it for a second. Why are you trading in that game? It's because you don't want it anymore.
It's 'cause you already played it and
people didn't want
completed it.
Gears of War 3 anymore either. That's why it's only worth $1 and you get 25 cents for trading it in.
Damn.
Man,
this-
listen, corporate
25
makes us do
cents.
this every year, but this is just a little manager evaluation form. You just fill it out. Let them know how I'm doing, you know.
Alright. Is your manager manipulative?
I'd say no to that if I were you. Hey, looks like we got some trade-ins coming in. Knock 'em dead.
Alright, total trading value is going to be $10.50.
29.
I got this Skylanders for you.
$299.
How much is it now?
$300 for that Nintendo
$10.48. Of
Switch.
course, you could
Fuck
just
no.
sell your game on eBay, but that requires a lot more work, and there's no guarantee it'll sell. GameStop will accept your game right then and there and give you at least some money for it. Not a lot, but since it's way less work for you than an eBay sale, I think it's fair to expect not a ton of money from trade-ins. It is convenient to have a well-known store that'll buy your used games, but this is still kind of ridiculous. Oh, you know another thing I hate about used games? These stickers are the worst. You may be able to peel them
Yeah,
off perfectly
I
one
fucking
time.
hate those
Just you wait until you
stickers.
get a stubborn one, and it is brutal. GameStop used to spank the stickers on the box art itself, not the plastic case. Major problem with that, that can ruin the art. At least in
Yeah.
the box, if the sticker doesn't peel off correctly, you can just slap some Goo Gone on it or use a different case, but this isn't nearly as easy to get
I had
off
that
of the
problem
art.
with
And
Terminator
for some
Salvation.
reason, GameStop likes to sell new games that aren't new. Like I bought
fucking
Shenmue 1 and 2
stickers
for
everywhere.
the PS4, and I bought a new copy. The problem was it was the last copy on the shelf, so they put a disc in the shelf copy, and there we go. I bought a new game that was open and unsealed. I didn't pay the used price, I still had to pay the new price. That's fun. They usually run deals like 4 for $20 on specific used games. And those specific used games are generally all-time classics like Disney Infinity 2.0 Game Only, MLB The
God.
Show 14, and Fling Smash.
Fling
But my
Smash.
main problem with GameStop always
heard of that.
boils down to the fact that they won't stop trying to sell me something. Hey, do you have anything you want to pre-order? They ask me as I'm trying to buy Chicken Shoot on the Wii. Hey, the usual, right? One copy of Wii Play Motion to go.
Thanks, Chief. We gotta start pushing pre-orders more. Studies show that 9 out of 10 gamers play video games. We gotta capitalize on that market. Next customer you get, do not stop talking about pre-orders.
I fucking hate pre-orders. I do that shit all the time.
It's like totally
Such
like
a
you buy
rip-off.
the NES. It's just like most of the time if I tell them I'm not interested in pre-orders, they'll list off a bunch of upcoming games and be like, interested now? And I'm like, I'm sorry man, I just want Chicken Shoot, just ring it up. I'll just casually browse games and a GameStop employee comes up and asks me for my membership info just to remind me of the points I have and to pre-order things. Listen, I love to talk to anybody who works at GameStop, as long as they don't make it so obvious they're just trying to sell me something. I've had a few perfectly decent conversations with some GameStop employees, and they've been delightful. They don't necessarily nudge me to buy anything I don't want, get any protection plan, pre-order anything, become a pro member, nothing. Just talking about games we like and ending things off with a solid take it easy. But 80% of the time at GameStop, all of this gets shoved in my face. And to reiterate, this mainly
their
isn't
job,
pissing all
so-
over the employees themselves, because I know the heads of GameStop force them to act like this.
Yeah.
The exact same heads that have turned GameStop
They gotta make money,
into...
they're a business.
What is this place?
What the
This
fuck is that?
doesn't feel like GameStop anymore. The random merchandise takes up more space than the actual games now. It feels like I'm living inside of a loot crate. Nerf guns, toys, plushes. Any of them aren't even themed to gaming franchises.
Yeah.
Just standard geeky movie or comic book stuff.
Yeah, I
Now,
never
have no doubt
understood
this stuff is
why
popular,
game
but in
stores
terms
did
of
that.
at GameStop itself, I have never seen anybody buy these knickknacks here. In
Yeah.
fact, a lot of the time I see this kind of stuff in their clearance bins. At least it's better than when GameStop tried to shift their focus to smartphones. Yeah, that worked out for them. Now, of course, I may be saying this because of that virgin blood within me, but I think it would be smart for GameStop to start focusing a lot more on retro games. Now, they carry them online and at select locations, but come on, retro gaming is really
Super
big now,
Mario
especially the
Sunshine,
GameCube
one of my
PS2
most
and
favorite
Xbox
GameCube
generation.
games of
The
all
kids who
time.
grew up with those
Right next
consoles
to
are at an
Eternal
age where they
Darkness.
want to play them again, and instead of
$30.
capitalizing on that, they're just going to keep selling
Fucking
Naruto
hell.
shirts. I hate the fact that retro games are mainly only available online. These are games you probably want to inspect before buying, but instead just buy them online. You'll find out if they come with the case and manual when you get them. I don't hate GameStop, but it's just not my preferred place to shop. It has annoying quirks, and as time goes on, the store just seems like it's becoming more and more not for me. I'd really recommend supporting independent mom and pop game stores. A lot of these places rock. They may give you better trading credits. They'll definitely have a bigger variety of systems and games spanning across so many more generations, and they probably won't be as in your face about junk you don't want. Better start supporting them soon though, because many of them keep on shutting down, and that's never fun.
Yeah,
Well,
a lot of them do shut
It's
down,
over.
unfortunately. One shut
new
down
store
recently
opened down the street.
in my area.
Some really steep competition. We just can't keep up with them.
I mean, I've had 5 people ask if we sell cigarettes. Maybe we should start taking trade-ins.
You think you know how to run a business? I know a guy with a NASA shirt, okay? I earned this job.
This is my peak. Well, after everything I've been through, I'm done. I'm not going to game stores anymore.
Okay.
I'll say it's because I'm protesting them, but it's really because I'm unemployed.
Okay. And that's the end of the video. Just listen to this awesome music. Alright, that's the end of the video. Yeah, I just want to note my own things. You know, game stores are sort of going out of business these days, you know. Even GameStop, and I think there was a game store I used to go to. It was like game.co.uk or something like that. It's just called Game, I think. I'm not quite sure. But it was like purple, and it was totally awesome. I can't remember the brand. The store was totally awesome. I used to go there all the time to buy games, and you know, it was exciting. I used to go there and buy a game. I would used to spend like 120, you know, and then $120 or so more on on like 2 or 3 games, and bring them home, open them, have a whiff of them. The manuals smelled brand new, and the factory seal smell, and you know, the sort of plastic, what do you call it, just the plastic shell cover thing, you know, that, and ripping the shrink wrapper off of it, and ripping those little stickers off. I don't know, it was just an exciting experience. It was totally awesome. But I always bought new games. I never bought pre-used games. I've never been able to buy pre-used games. I've always hated buying pre-used games. I don't know why. Well, I do now if they're PC games like Halo or Halo 2, you know, because buying a brand new Halo game for PC or Halo 2 is expensive. They'll go into the range of $100 or something like that, because they're like really hard to find or rare or factory sealed. They're expensive as shit. But yeah, I absolutely loved that as a kid, you know. I had a huge Xbox 360 collection along with some other games. But also, you know, everything's digital. Like I said, it's a digital age where everyone's buying their games online. They don't even have to go outside anymore. They don't even have to order it on Amazon. They can just buy it digitally, you know, on Steam or something like that. It's an unfortunate thing, but you know, it's just the way it is. But I mean, I guess the good thing, I would say is, well, no, the bad thing about it is what I remember is I actually went to a game store once. Well, it was a long time ago. I think it was on the Xbox 360. I bought a game and it had a digital code in it for the game. There was no physical disc. It was just a digital code. So I traveled all the way to I think it was GameStop or Game, I don't know. I went to the game store. I bought the gaming case and it had a digital code in it. And I was expecting a disc to pop in and play it, but it was just a code. Why did I need to do that? Why can't it just bought that online or something like that, you know, or on the marketplace or something like that? I just didn't understand. I don't understand the need for game companies to sell their games on a digital sort of, you know, code. It doesn't make sense. Give us a physical disc. I absolutely hate that. Always, if you're gonna buy a case, provide a physical disc or something physical, not a fucking leaflet with a redeemable code. I hate that shit so much. But yeah, that's what happened to me, and I was hugely disappointed. After that, I think that was the last time I ever went to like the game stores, because it was just like a waste of money, you know, traveling all the way there just to, you know, buy a digital code when I could have just done it online. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure to give a like, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.